How in the heck is everybody doing tonight? Hopefully doing well. The wife's out in the kitchen cooking, so should hear some interesting stuff here soon. Filter Dog, good to see you. How's it going? Asshead, good to see you. Daily, glad you're here. Looks like we got Tiana in, Mosh is in, Rotness, good to see you. And of course, the one and only Uncle Krusty, who's having internet problems tonight, so he's not able to come on. But hopefully we get that hammered out soon and get that fixed and get back to the good old dumpster fire. But tonight I'm going to do my best to fill in for him and try to keep it all upbeat and positive. We'll see how that goes, huh? But so after talking with you guys the other night, which I appreciate all the ideas that was sent out, I bet you can't probably hear me very well over that background music. Let's turn that down a little bit. There's that better? How's the audio? Anyway. Yeah. So, after talking with you guys the other night, getting an idea of what you want to see on here, I have come up with a myriad of things that we're going to cover. And I figured I'd talk with you guys today about the direction we're going. 5x5, good to hear. Aaron, nice to see you. Why is that so small? Hold on a second here. There, we get a little bigger so we can see it a little better. So, Tiana, I know you had brought up, I think it was you that brought up that you wanted to see more Dutch oven cooking. So, we're going to do that. I got the recipes wrote out. Of course, you can't do Dutch oven cooking without doing biscuits. So we're going to do biscuits. We're going to do some artisan style bread, you know, the really crunchy stuff. We're going to do a regular beef roast, some cinnamon rolls, roasted chicken. And then for fun, we're going to try making donuts. Then we're going to do a little rabbit stew so you guys can see that the stuff is actually edible. Do a beef stew, chicken noodle soup, a Dutch oven pizza. That should be kind of fun. And we're going to do some pulled pork and a pork loin roast. That should take care of most of the Dutch oven cooking. At least give you an idea of how to do it anyway. You guys were interested in butchering, and that just so happens to be in my wheelhouse, so we're going to be diving deep into butchering. We're going to go through the tools that you guys need to be picking up. Rabbit's tasty, exactly. We're going to be going into knife control, fundamentals of butchering, which for those of you that haven't thought about it, it's there's a certain process you have to do things to keep it safe. So we'll go over all that. Then we're going to go into how to break down fowl, and of course we're going to go out and harvest a few rabbits, and we'll go over how to break those down safely. Breaking down pork and beef. So we'll probably just get the primal cuts on that, but I'll still talk you guys through exactly how you get to those primal cuts. Primal cuts are what they call like a full sirloin or a full rump, a rib section, you know, loin, that kind of fun stuff. And we'll talk about how to break all that down. We're also going to talk knife safety, because that's something that's extremely important when you get into butchering. The correct way to hold your knives. I know, I see it all the time. If anybody ever does the thumb over, you know, where your thumb's on, well, here, let's see here. I've emptied my pockets out, but we got a small blade here. the thumb over where you have your thumb sitting on the back of the blade like this, and you're cutting all day, or you do the finger, you know, where you're doing this. Yeah, no, not good. One, it's super fatiguing on your hand. So as you're breaking down a big animal, you'll get awfully tired. Two, it's not safe. So we'll show you the correct way to handle your knife. And then safe handling of raw meat, because that's kind of a big deal. Well, Hot Tamale, good to see you. Uncle Krusty, thank you for the diamond. Appreciate it. And Hots, thanks for the ice cream. And then, of course, we're going to do a D-Live and raw meat, yeah. We're going to do a D-Live and Foxhole only show for these, but we're also going to go into gun maintenance. So we're going to do breaking down and cleaning of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different kinds of pistols. Breaking down and cleaning of semi-automatic rifle, bolt-action rifle, and then breaking down and cleaning of a pump-action shotgun. So that'll suck up a few days. You guys talked about wanting to know something about knife sharpening. If you're going to be butchering, you got to know how to maintain your tools. So we're going to get into that. How to use a whetstone, how to use a diamond stone. Setting your blade angles. There is different angles on everything. Cleaning a flintlock. Well, that's, yeah. Flintlocks are a pain. If anybody's ever been around any black powder, once you fire that stuff off, it is so damn corrosive. If you're not cleaning that gun just about from the time you get home, you're gonna lose it. So I avoid black powder like the plague, but we may have to get back to that someday. We'll see. Then we're gonna get into removing nicks out of your blade, resetting your blade angle, then stepping up through the grits and stropping your knife blade to get it to a razor sharp. Flintlocks are easy. Flintlocks, yeah, the premise is easy of the gun, but Uncle Krusty, thank you for the cookie over on Foxhole. Now, by the way, Deckard, good to see you. Yeah, I don't know. Flintlocks are something special. 2x72 belt sander. Yeah, I mean, they'll do the sharpening. I'm not a fan of belt sanders just because you eat so much blade up. And you got to remember it's not something that you're going to want to manufacture over and over again. And we'll get into a little bit of knife making. So 1x30s will do. Yeah, I have a 1x30 and I have a 6x... What the heck is that one? A 6x48? For really heavy. I like the 6x48 for sanding out handles, but we'll talk about that more. Terry, you can help with the knife making? Alright. Do you blacksmith your knives or do you grind them out? Your first pistol was a double barrel black powder. There you go. Isn't that cool? Your English teacher sold it to you. That's... Terry, you're a blacksmith. Well, by God, we need to get you on here. I enjoy... I'm not a pro by any means, but I do enjoy banging on a chunk of metal every now and again. Do you run propane forge or coal-fired? I've got both, but I usually I lean towards the coal-fired. I don't know why. Just old school, I guess. I don't know. But Yeah, we'll get into some knife making. We'll get into some blacksmithing. In fact, I'm guessing, Terry, you've probably made a few of these then. Well, we'll get to the blacksmith page here shortly. Building a 36 caliber flintlock. Use both depending on what. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, no, it's not a good, not a bad trait to know. And believe it or not, it's, well, Terry, I don't mean to overstep my bounds here, but it's not as hard as it's not as hard as everybody makes it out to be. It's tiring, but it's not hard. Making most of your parts, that's cool. I'll have to get you on Discord, Terry, so you can send us some pictures and we can share them with the class. Filtered Dog wants to know what part of Montana. I am in central Montana. Says as vague as I want to keep it. Let's put it that way. I'm surrounded by mountains, but on the plains there. That helps you. Been a welder since 2000. See, that's what I got into. I actually started out welding. Welding and fabricating. For Trail Ease of South Dakota. Building semi-trailers. And I like working with my hands, so just came naturally. Anyway, we'll get back to it here. We're also going to do 16 different types of knots. So you guys are in for a few a few knot tying episodes. But I think I got it narrowed. You know, there's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of knots out there, but I think I got it narrowed down to a few that we can play with. And the ones that you probably need to know. Get a rope. Yep. Need to get some rope. Well, Terry, see, some of them tool handle wraps that, you know, when you're making them knives, come in handy. Filter Dog, I'll have to check that link out you sent a little later. Sorry about that. But yeah, building a 20 by 30 blacksmith shop. Now there you go. I got an 18 by 26 woodworking shop. I do the blacksmithing outside. Not a fan of fires, so I just try to avoid it. But yeah, no, we're gonna do knot tying, and then we'll talk about where and how you can use those knots. You can make a knot in a log chain. Now that's talent there, Terry. And I think it was AG was bringing out, he wanted to talk about some personal hygiene stuff and how to make it at home. So I've dove back in the old archives and found how to make shampoo, how to make toothpaste, and how to make deodorant. Because God knows, even at the end of the world, I don't want to stink, so. You bought a sawmill to build the shop? Well, hell. Get that sawmill over here. I can have some fun with it. But Tiana, you wanted to dive into soap making. We're going to get into that. I know you didn't want to do lye, but we're going to do both lye and... Can you broadcast those at Walmart? I don't know. What are we broadcasting? I missed something there, Terry. But You miss shop class? Well, there you go. We're going to do a virtual shop class for you. We'll dive into quite a bit of wood making. So yeah, we're going to do the glycerin soap and the lye soap. But, oh, I gotcha. Yeah, I don't think we can sell that on the side, so. And then we're going to get into stuff for cleaning up the house. So surface cleaners, dish soap, how to make your own dish soap, and how to make cleaning rags. So stuff you need to be keeping instead of throwing in the trash that'll help you out later on. Then we get into some big builds. This is where shop class comes in. So we're going to start building out some optional shelter heaters, or house heaters, you know, whatever you want to call them. There's plenty of people that need it at Walmart. But we're gonna build out a waste oil burner out of an old propane tank. I've already acquired the propane tank, so we're good to go there. It's a 100-pound bottle that we end up using. Then we're gonna do the clay pot heater, because I can't remember who in the heck it was wanting that. Oh, a steel 660. Oh yeah. Well, it's middle of the day. They can piss off, right, Smokey? Shop heater from yeah. Yep, propane tanks. And then we're gonna build out a wood stove. So you guys will. We're gonna do an old potbelly stove, or well, fashion it after an old potbelly stove. I have an old air compressor tank that we're gonna build out. You had a 661 that you traded for a 409-pound anvil. Holy good lord. Now that's a good size anvil. And then we'll do a wood stove installation. And maybe a couple of them, actually, because I have a few to put in on this. I'm trying to get this down to where we got at least a year's worth of planning figured out. Got a ton load of old dish towels. That's cool. You can't beat the old ones. I don't like the old flour sack towels and stuff. They're just coming too damn handy in the kitchen. The anvil's why you need a shop. You cave the floor. I'll bet. You sold the anvil for $2,500. Well, thinking you came out all right there. Then we're going to get into canning. I don't know. Hopefully you guys are interested in canning out there. Canning something that I think was One Easy Money was talking about, wanting to know how to preserve meat. And yeah, we're going to get into that. We're going to do some canned meat. We're going to do some dried meat in the dryer, you know, the dehydrator, and have a little fun with that. Have you guys ever heard of a jerky gun? We're going to be using one of those. So showing you how to pack a jerky gun to where you don't get a bunch of air in them, and making our own beef jerky. We'll give that a try. Oh, I see JLP's in. Nice to see you. A jerky gun is basically a miniature stuffer, I guess would be the way to look at it. It's kind of a stuffer based on a overgrown caulk gun. And yes, Uncle Krusty, I said that right. Caulk gun. Figured if anybody was going to give me, well, it'd either be you or Smokey that would give me crap about saying caulk. But we'll be making a few of those. But yeah, we're gonna get into canning some beef, pork, and chicken. Also some wild game. And then we're going to do some low acid foods and some high acid foods so you guys know the difference. And basically when you hear people talk about water bath canning or pressure canning, that's where the differences lies. High acid and low acid foods. So, for those of you that didn't know. But, by the way, GLP, I did get your message. I just haven't had a chance to respond, so. But yeah. So we're going to have some fun with that. Canning is necessary and yet an art form all at the same time, so it's a little different. And since we're going down the way of wood stoves and rocket stoves and all that fun stuff, we're going to dive into some fire starters. So the different uses between, you know, lighters and ferro rods and steel wool with batteries and matches and how to waterproof your matches, the whole 9 yards. Well, if I get an elk, I'll do that, sir. We'll get that figured out. And then we're going to go into making some cotton ball fire starters. And you guys know what I mean by the facial cleanser little pads, you know, the cotton little pads. We're going to show you how to make some of those. Cool part about those is they store in a chew can really well. And the way I make those, we impregnate them with, I'm saying all these words that Smokey's going to give me crap for, or Uncle Krusty, one of the two. But we impregnate them with Vaseline first, and then we let them cool and dip them into wax, so they're waterproof. We'll also get into lint fire starters, you know, your dryer lint and all that kind of fun stuff. Barbara loves my deck pics, yeah. Sawdust fire starters, we'll get into some of that. And then a cardboard fire starter, which I'm guessing, I bet you a lot of people don't know. Basically, it takes cardboard strips, rolled tightly, then waxed. Kind of make a candle-ish out of them. But great little fire starters, and they burn for quite a while. And then, upon recommendation from Uncle Krusty, we're going to do some char cloth. I got a whole lot of denim saved up, so we'll do some denim char cloth in a Altoids can. Have a little fun showing you how to make that. And then we're going to get into alternative ways of cooking. So we're going to build a rocket stove out of a can. Or actually, 3 cans. Rocket stove from a log. For you that haven't seen that, I think it's a Norwegian fire log, what they call it. But there's a way you can make that into a rocket stove. So we're going to take it one step further. Hi, hello, this is Firestarter. We're not doing fire starters tonight, but we're gonna build some here in the very near future. Then we're gonna do an actual built rocket stove. One that you can kind of keep on your porch and use randomly. Oh yeah, the Swedish torch. That's right. Sorry. Thanks, GLP. Appreciate that. Then we're gonna do the brick rocket stove. Now, I don't know if I'm gonna only use 25 bricks, but we'll try. We'll see what I can do. And then we'll build out an alcohol stove and show you how to cook on a wood stove. All the fun, huh? Oh, I got a whole list of hand tools that you guys need to be looking out for. And we'll go over that in the very near future, and I'll show you the ones that I have so you know what I'm talking about and you know what I'm telling you to look for. Oh, you two getting with it over there. And then we're going to do some woodworking. We're going to carve out some kitchen utensils, and then we're going to spend some time on the lathe, and I'll kind of show you why a wood lathe is not a bad thing to have. You can pick them up. You don't necessarily have to have the one that I have. I have a Jet 1448, which is a large, I would say a very large hobby lathe, but you can get by with, I mean, you can get by with just a old Craftsman one, or, believe it or not, I hate bringing their name up, and I already had a little bit in the back. One of them a diamond tip blade. Easy, you'll have to explain that a little more. You're talking for cutting brick? I have some diamond tip saws. But you can go to Harbor Freight and pick up a fairly inexpensive wood lathe, and they work okay. They'll get you by, at least get you to where you kind of get into them a little bit and find out if it's something you want to do or not before you go and spend, my lathe was 20, I want to say it was $2,100. So spend $100 before you step up and jump into that big of a lathe, but they do come in handy. Draw knife and a sawmill. Yeah, those are good things to have. You're officially ill now? Yeah, I know. I didn't say keep the Harbor Freight one, but it's is what it is. Yep, I do. Yep. Easy money. I have a diamond saw that we'll cut some brick with, and I have a wet saw, all that kind of fun stuff. If you don't have Harbor Freight in your country, what's your big hardware store down there, Smokey? I mean, I don't know Australia well enough, but I'm sure there's somewhere that you can pick up a fairly inexpensive lathe. Another thing you guys might want to do is keep your eye on Bunnings. Okay, I'll look it up and see what they offer. But Dollar Tree. Yeah, I'll look it up and see what they offer for you and what I would suggest. But I would say keep an eye on like Craigslist or Facebook or whatever your secondhand used dealers are. You can usually pick up a lathe pretty cheap. In fact, I have one that I'm probably going to be parting with soon. I bought a Shopsmith when I first got started, and it's a good lathe. It's a good has a great bandsaw with it. Your dad's still okay. Do you play with it at all, Smokey, or have you used the lathe much, or? Yeah, build your own. Yeah, GLP, you can build your own lathe. But yeah. Actually, has anybody seen any of those foot-operated lathes? Those are kind of an interesting cat, but you can build out one of those if you want. But we're going to need the lathe because we're going to be making some drinking cups. We're going to make some dinner plates, all out of wood. Make some bowls and a salt box. For those of you that don't know what a salt box is, a raw wood box is great for storing your salt in because it doesn't clump. Doesn't get wet. Okay. There you go. Then we're going to break into some paracord projects, and you guys have For those of you that have been around a while, you've seen some of my paracord stuff, but we're going to dive in a little deeper. We're going to make 3 different kinds of bracelets. We're going to do a paracord belt, so you have it on you. Paracord gunslings, we're going to build a few of those. A paracord storage bag, which they're kind of interesting. They're pretty heavy duty. Then we're going to do some tool wraps. I'm going to show you how to make ranger beads out of paracord and how to use ranger beads. Then we'll make a neck knife and a fire starter, both on necklace. So instead of having it hanging around your hip, you got it hanging around your neck. Monkey fist, well, I haven't yet. Nobody's brought on the need for me to use the monkey fist, but which is good. Then everybody keeps asking me what I always have in my bag, so we're gonna go over our bags. We're gonna do an EDC bag, a get home bag. What's the difference between a get home and a bug out? There's significant differences there, and some people cross them. I don't know why, but we're gonna do an IFAK, which for IFAKs, for those of you that don't know, that's an individual first aid kit. That's basically something that you keep on yourself. It'll treat maybe 2 people max. Then we're going to do a full-blown first aid kit. Rifle bags. I have enough bags out that... Hey, Life of Brian, thank you for the shades. I have enough bags that I can set up my bags per whatever rifle I'm using. So, like if I'm going elk hunting, I'm taking the 270, I grab my 270 bag, head out the door. Coyote hunting, same thing, 223 bag, 308 bag. Have them set up to where I don't have to, and you won't have to, go scrounging around for your, your shells, your gun rests, your shooting, well, bipods. All of them have bipods. I don't have binoculars in every bag, but I have them in the long range ones. So the 270 and the 308 bags both have binoculars. Shooter's rests. There's a whole bunch of stuff in there. And then we're going to go into hunting bags. What we lay out for hunting tools. And then fishing bags. I have gotten away from carrying a tackle box. I don't even bother with that anymore. The only thing a tackle box does is make you carry more shit and more shit you don't need. But yeah, I'll show you the perks of having like an over-the-shoulder tackle box, just bag. And then we're gonna do some make-ahead mixes. For those of you that buy a lot of dry mixes out there, way cheaper to make it on your own. So, do I reload? Yes, I do. I have to be careful with showing folks how to reload because, liability issues, but we'll probably dive into some reloading stuff on this channel, I'm sure, once I get the shop set up. I reload everything except shotguns, so I do my long guns, my pistols, are all reloads. But do I have a prep list I can share? Yeah, I can put one together. For those of you that haven't been over to the website, head over there. You'll find a lot of the stuff that I want you guys to have over there. So some fish got them sharp teeth. Oh yeah, they do. Yeah. My press preference, I use just a Hornady single stage. I have been around the autoloaders. I've been around like the Dillon autoloader. I've been around. Am I your brother? I don't think so. But yeah, I don't know. I like my my slow pace when it comes to reloading. I scale out every load. Yes, I guess yes and no, depending on what I'm loading in 223. I'll either load for accuracy or I'll load for fire for effect. Once it's within, like for my AR that I have, I measure out about every third shell, just so I know that everything's staying dialed in. But other than that, yeah, like my long guns, 308 and 270, those are all, every round is scaled. So you got reloading stuff for mostly 9mm. There you go. Yeah, I actually still got a set of brand new dies laying around here somewhere. Hornady 9mm dies that I bought 2 sets, and yeah. Anyway, I don't know why it's not like you ever overly wear out a set of dies, but so if anybody's in the market, I may have one you can have, and you can pick up. RCBS times, okay. There you go. Yeah, that Dillon 550B, that's a good reloader. So anyway, we were talking about the mixes that we're going to make. For those of you that buy dry mixes, like your pancake mixes and stuff like that, we're going to stop that. I'm going to show you how to save a bunch of money by making them yourself. And to me, they taste better than the stuff that you buy in the store. Mainly because you can pronounce every ingredient that's in there. That's kind of nice. Need to take the dog to the groomers. All right. Well, don't have too much fun. Got the brass cleaner also. There you go. I run a sonic cleaner and a tumbler. It's just easier that way. That sonic cleaner is a godsend. It cleans up a lot of good stuff. So, but we're gonna do pancake mixes, brownie mixes, how to make your own Bisquick, hot cocoa, instant chocolate milk because I have a 4-year-old, and a base cake mix that you can have on the shelf and kind of convert it any way that you'd like. And then we have some muffin mixes and stuff like that we're gonna get into. Now, if Terry's still around, you might enjoy this one. Then we're going to do some blacksmithing. Tools that you need for blacksmithing. You got a tumbler? Okay. Look into a sonic cleaner, Tiana. It's saves a lot of steps and it gets that brass nice and shiny, and it's easier to clean your pistols with too. But I know they're a little expensive, but it saves in the long run because you're not going through so much median. But I'm going to stop talking now about reloading. Then we're going to build our own forge. For those of you that haven't done that yet, you can build a forge. You can build a forge that gets by. It's not perfect by any means. You can build a forge fairly inexpensive if you know what you're doing. And then we're going to get into making your first set of tongs. So we're going to make a set of tongs, we're going to make a knife, make a belt buckle. Going to make ourselves a spoon drill. For those of you that haven't seen that, spoon drills are what was around before the time of a spiral drill bit. They get the job done. They're not as nearly as efficient. They don't hold the path as well, but they'll get it done when you need them to. We're going to do some fire hooks, an adjustable fire hook for your cooking over a fire. We're going to make ourselves a spit for cooking over a fire. And then some fireplace tools. Going to make some S-hooks because S-hooks are basically where everybody should start. And we're going to make a spoon gouge for carving some spoons. Then, let's see. We're going to do some everyday maintenance stuff, like, changing your oil, fixing tool handles, all that kind of fun stuff. We're going to get into a little bit of how to fix your own plumbing, because I think that's going to be an issue here soon. You're not going to be able to call up your local plumber and get stuff handled. And, of course, putting in like outdoor electrical, all that kind of fun stuff. How to get yourself a new socket outside. And we'll have that fun. And then we're going to do something that a lot of guys get crap for. Or at least I do anyway. We're going to do a little knitting. Yeah, I know. Big ugly cowboy with a beard, and he's got yarn. But we're going to knit ourselves some stocking hats, socks, some bags. We're going to attempt a blanket on the loom, which I have done. It's not all that fun, but we'll get it there. We're going to do some washcloths, towels, mittens, and slippers. So, that's what I got down so far. And like I said, we'll play with a little bit of reloading stuff there. But that's got us at about 140 some odd days worth of stuff that we're going to cover. So we got some ideas for the show. We have a direction that we're going to be heading. That's a plus. I know. I myself, and I don't know about you guys, but I'm tired of hearing the daily news wrapped into my head over and over again. I don't know. We're going to go a different direction. I'm going to hopefully, with your guys' help, I'm not going to do this alone. I'm hopefully going to get to the point where we're all learning together and we're stepping our way through all this. And there's going to come some ideas from, you guys out there in the internet land. Sergeant Bob, good to see you. There's going to be times where you're looking at it going, the hell are you doing? Why are you doing that? Don't do that. But that's good. It's when we have all the fun, right? And I'm always looking for new ideas. I sure as hell don't know everything. You're going to crochet? All right. I tried crocheting. I just don't have the patience for it. I can't. I can knit with a set of knitting needles, but I cannot crochet to save my life. Which is goofy because knitting on a loom, a peg loom, it's the same damn thing as crocheting. It's just, it makes more sense in my head for some reason. I don't know why. Yeah. So we're gonna work on brushing all of our skills up here in the very near future. We're gonna dive deep into some of them. Some of them we'll probably brush over unless you guys want to stay with them a little longer. Also easier than knitting. Yeah, see, I don't know. The knitting makes sense in my head, and I don't know how to get it to the point where crocheting I don't know. My problem is I lose what. With crocheting, you're going along and then you're supposed to double back over and start feeding back into the loops that you've made, and I lose track of the loops, and then pretty quick I just have a ball. So maybe somebody should come on here and show us how to crochet, because I'm at a loss. But and old Smokey, although he stepped away for a bit, he is going to show us. Uncle Krusty, thank you for the can. He's going to show us how to do an FG knot that he keeps talking about. So. And I do appreciate all the donations out there. Thank you guys. I know I'm left-handed. Oh, well, you could teach it to left-handers. But yeah, that is your wife. Oh, that's your wife's job. But yeah, we got a lot of shows to do. So, and all the fun. But let's see here. What else were we going to talk about tonight? We were going to, well, we're actually going to go over my website, because I don't know how many folks have been to the website, how many folks have used it. I kind of show you, because it's a little, I don't know, it's a little backwards. But I'll show you how to step through everything. And where to find it, how to find it, all that kind of fun stuff. And we got some new folks that we're working with. So, but we got to pay some bills. So let's talk about Built Bar. We have some new items that we're going to be talking about here shortly with Built Bar. I got some of the order that I was looking for coming in, so it is here. But if you're looking for a protein bar that doesn't taste like a damn protein bar, it actually tastes like a regular candy bar, and actually a high quality candy bar, look at Built Bars. Head over to built.com, poke around over there, see what you think. You're going to find a lot of good flavors. Salted caramel, cookies and cream. My wife said she loved the cherry Garcia, or well, I guess cherry Barcia. The coconut is great. Coconut almond's good. Man, they're all good. It's hard to pick which one you're going to go with. But head on over to built.com, put your order in, and then use promo code MontanaFree, and you'll get 10% off your order. Helps out the channel and hopefully helps you out. And I think you'll notice that I usually don't push anything that I don't use myself. So I think you'll be impressed with them. But we're going to talk about the Montana Free website. I don't know if you guys have been over there. It's montanafree.net, for those of you that don't know. And you'll notice when you first go to the page, this is the page you're going to see come up. These are all the articles and all the stuff that I've put together, all lumped together into one. So you're going to see stuff like, the Amazon deals all the way back when. And actually, if you guys haven't been in this Amazon early Black Friday deals, this is a good one to go take a look at. Because we're talking about the hand tools. It's got a little bit of those on there. But we got some of the lanterns that you guys have seen all over camping and stuff like that. They're running a heck of a deal right now on Streamlight. 24% off certain Streamlight products. You'll notice there's 2 rechargeable flashlights on there. They are kind of expensive, but if you've been around Streamlight stuff, they're really, really, really good flashlights. There was a foldable water bottle. Remember, that's one of the C's, is having a container with you. And then if you can't afford the Streamlights, because I know some folks just can't, Energizer actually has some pretty decent flashlights out, and they're running some good deals on those. So for you reloaders out there, the Franklin Arsenal Platinum Series and Deprimer, when you're depriming all those 223 rounds and your 9mm rounds, this is a good little item to have. This little bugger, I have one. When you first use it, you swear to God that you're going to break it. It's, I don't know, just it's tougher than it looks. Let's put it that way. And once you get this set, you can pretty well just run through just about anything and deprime it really quickly, not having to run your press over and over again to deprime everything. So saves you some time, gets it to the cleaning phase really quick. And I'll tell you what, $39.99 for that bugger is pretty damn cheap. When the big scare happened here not too long ago, you couldn't find these anywhere. So keep that in mind. If you're into reloading, you might want to pick them up. Collapsible fishing poles. This one's, the whole kit. Now this is probably not heavy enough for saltwater stuff, but freshwater fishing, throw it in your backpack, gets nice and small, you can forget about it. It's there when you need it, kind of thing. Now, these little folding chairs, these are actually pretty cool. They fold down into a very, very tight package. They're the One Tigris folding chairs. And, well, let's put it this way. They hold me, so that's a good sign. But, yeah, they're just neat because they fold down to nothing and weigh nothing. So, you'll see right there, it weighs 2.4 pounds. So, remember, when you're packing stuff up, ounces equals pounds and pounds equals suck. So, I think I remember at Uncle Krusty's a Cold Steel fan. I found this one for you. Cold Steel Code 4 folding knife. $77. Pretty cheap, actually, for a Cold Steel. And then if you want to get a good Chinese steel, beat the crap out of it. Don't care. Here's kind of a camp knife. Here's another one of those collapsible fishing poles. A little bit cheaper because it's not the entire kit. If you already have the stuff, there's no reason to buy the whole kit. But it's $39.90 or $39.09, and then if you notice underneath, it's got a coupon for 10% off. And now we're into the, well, I skipped over one there. It's just a camp shovel. You guys can head over there and take a look, but here's the hand tools that you need to be looking at. So, head over and check those out. If you ever lose track, everything is cycled out here. So you can go into the Amazon deals, Harvest Right freeze dryers with the freeze dryer recipes. Then we have product reviews. You want to see some crazy guy do some crazy stuff. You can get into here. And here's some of the product reviews that I've already done. You can watch the videos right on the website. Have fun doing that. But there's a few folks that we picked up here recently that I want to talk about. And I don't know how many folks use them or whatever. Oh, by the way, if you ever want to get to Built Bar, you can just click this right here, this Built Bar right on the side. And remember to use that promo code. But you'll see up here I've created 2 new tabs. Because I've been listening to folks, and I have a young little man myself. And I have a wife that's a public school teacher, so yeah. So this was a touchy subject in my house. But you look right here, actually, let's see here. I'm gonna see if I can make this a little bigger for you guys. Hold on. We're going to cut all this useless stuff off and move it up here a little bit. There we go. You look right up here, you'll see education alternatives. Now, I'm not the person that's going to jump up and down and say that, depending on what school system you're in, it's different for everybody. So I'm not going to jump up and down and tell you that you have to get your kids out of school. I would say that you need to pay attention to what your schools are doing, and preferably go to a few of those school board meetings so you can know what's going on out there. But if you want to teach your kids kind of after school stuff, or you can use this for homeschooling, I have an education alternative. And right in here, I'm going to be dumping great resources for conservative values. Like I said, this is a touchy subject around my house. So, but I think it's something that everybody can use. And we have now partnered with the Tuttle Twins. If you've been around these books at all, they definitely lean more towards the conservative values. So you'll see that they have quite a few different books down here for all different age groups. You can get into where you have the toddler books up above, the ABCs of economics, the ABCs of, and it starts them out early. And then you have kind of the preteen and teenager books in the center there with the logical fallacies. Those are all great books. Then we have the choose your consequence instead of, the choose your ending books that we used to read as kids where, there was always different endings for them. These are choose your consequences. So what happens if you maybe don't necessarily tell the truth? Then you read through the book. What happens if you partially? All that kind of fun stuff. Just keeps that mentality that we've all grown up with. And then, of course, we have the study guide books down below. Outstanding program. When you order the book set, you get the study guides with it that have some worksheets, so you're not having to make that stuff up on your own. Good company to deal with. And if you click anywhere on this page, if you click the logo, click whatever, it's going to take you directly to our website, which is TuttleTwins.com /REFs /Montana Free. So you'll help out the channel, and hopefully you'll get to the point where you're helping out the kids too. I want to make sure that's all shut off. So yeah, you can head over to theirs. Right here is a good way to put it. The Tuttle Twins help shield your kids against anti-family, anti-freedom, socialism, Marxism, media lies, and collectivism. So, and right now they got a heck of a deal going on. Normally that book set is $96.99, and right now you're getting it for $62.99. So with that, you'll also get 12 PDF activity books for free, which is normally $60. So daily thank you for the diamond. So if you have some kids in your family, maybe your grandkids, mom and dad can't quite afford something like this, and you can help them out with it, outstanding. The one that I really love, and Uncle Krusty, you'll get a kick out of this. It's True Laws, and this actually goes into the laws were given to you by God, not by your government, and why the government should protect your rights and not infringe on them. So, good book to know. And you'll see some interesting books, the titles on the books. Like the Food Truck Fiasco sounds really cool. The Road to Surfdom, right down here, with kind of a surfer logo to it, and The Golden Rule. From what I understand, kids love reading these books. I'm going to get a set for my son. He's not quite there yet, but I like to have these on hand while I still can. So, something good to keep around the house anyway. So, if you could hit the Tuttle Twins up on my website, because with the amount of stuff that's going on in this day and age, we need to get back to teaching our kids. I'm not saying to pull them out of school, but spend some time with them when you can. After work, whatever, sit down and read with them. Your child's future is worth it. So head over to montanafree.net and check out the education alternatives. We also have a new partner, and I don't know how many folks, I was going to ask you guys tonight, actually, how many folks have dealt with this company, but it's My Patriot Supply. I've ordered some stuff from them. I've had good experiences with them, but I want to know what you guys think. You need those for your adult children. Oh, Tiana, you can get them. From what I understand, everybody enjoys reading them. So, My Patriot Supply is, of course, where you need to find all of your, well, not all of your, I mean, I'm not telling you what to do, but you'll find yourself a lot of good items that you probably need to start purchasing. And I know some of them are big ticket items, and I know it's hard to swallow sometimes, but I'm telling you, the way everything is going right now, I would certainly start leaning towards picking some of this stuff up. And they work well with us, so we're going to help them out as much as we can. This is a pretty good deal here. This, well, let's see if I can highlight it. There you go. Those are number 10 cans of long-term food storage for $314. I mean, it's hard to beat. And this is the Alexa Pure, so this is kind of the Berkey alternative. I know it's expensive. You know, we're talking $500, but if you can purify your water, doing it 2.5 gallons at a time, they give you a storage container. With the entire kit, it's saving you $200, so not a bad thing to have. And then, of course, they have their own IFAC kits they built for you. They are expensive, but when you can't call, when 911's not necessarily as easily available, you're gonna be glad that you have a kit. And we're gonna get into, building some of those ourselves. So, man, sorry, I'm listening to my son wrecking everything out there. You know, and this fishing and hunting kit for $29.95. I mean, it's not, I don't know. Yeah, I know. You can buy it and you can put it together yourself. And I'm going to show you how to do that. But for the folks out there that just don't want to do it themselves, something to look at. So, please, 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 please head over to the website. Use it. It's not all just sales stuff on there. There's some great recipes. You know, we have some camping recipes on there. We got the bannock bread, campfire potatoes, how to cook in a foil packet. Gonna be stuff you guys need to know. We got the IFAC kit that is built out already. Paracord hardware that you guys are always looking for. The best options in a bad situation. Here's your Berkeys. There's the Alexa Pure again. Some less expensive options for you guys. So, it's all in there. Like I said, we got campfire recipes, money-saving recipes when times get a little tight. You start pinching pennies. That pot roast is... I wonder if anybody's tried that out yet. That pot roast is darn good. Oh, yeah, they have MREs. Uncle Krusty, thank you for the diamond. Yeah. Freeze dryer recipes. Haven't built that one out yet. I need to get on that. Yeah, we also work with Harvest Right. So, you guys head in here and you're interested in learning about the Harvest Right freeze dryer, it doesn't hurt to look. Just go ahead and click the site and head over. I know I sound like a damn infomercial, and I hate sounding this way. But I've tried my darndest to put stuff together that you guys hopefully will use. It's items that I have used. I have personally used a Harvest Right freeze dryer. I have personally used, the Excalibur food dehydrator. I know. I don't want to sit here and hound you, but I'm really hoping that you guys at least head over and pick up something. Something that I know when push comes to shove and things get a little tough, it's going to make your life easier. One Easy Money, thank you for the ice cream and the lemons. He made me lemon ice cream. Look at that. Such a nice guy. But in the... wow, my internet just tanked there for a second, so let me see if we're going to have some problems here. Cycle. Wow, it is bouncing all over the place. Let me close out some of these tabs here. I don't want to get overly glitchy on you guys here. We're going to close that one. See if that helps. Eesh. Okay, hold on. I got to do some maintenance stuff here. We're having some... My internet's bouncing all over the place, so... Give me just a second. Let's see here. You guys let me know if we're having any problems here. We're going to limit the bit rate. God dang. Hold on, folks. Sorry about that. Good old internet issues. You gotta love it. I don't know why. There, we're getting a little better. Okay. We'll try that for a little bit. See if we can hold on for dear life here for a little longer. But so yeah, in the interim of Uncle Krusty, we're going to, and I'm still having some problems here. We're going to fire up the music here just in a little bit. Now, mind you, I don't play exactly the same kind of music as Uncle Krusty does, but we'll get there. In just a second, I'm having to shift some stuff around here so it doesn't choke out on me too bad. You'll have to forgive me, I'm scrambling here trying to... No, a tree didn't fall on my internet. I don't know what's going on. Did it clean up yet, guys? Yeah, Tiana, I'm kind of wondering that myself. Alright, let's shut a few of these guys off here. YouTube, good night. Thank you for hanging around. We'll see you later.